everybody. Welcome back to Happily Booked, the bookcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and being able to talk about it. We're your hostesses, Brooke and
Beck.
And we're actually in person. Yay! It's just fun. I know I didn't know if y'all were on the way yet, and so I was like, well, I don't know if it's easier, but I was like, I kind of wanted to record in person.
Yeah.
So, yay, you're here.
It's more fun.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully we don't sweat to death. It's kind of hot in here. That's okay. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. It's hotter outside. Think about that.
Yeah. Could be worse.
Could be worse. Yeah. I know. Okay, do you have a quote?
That's funny.
LOL. I might. Let's see.
I should have brought my mom's physical copies of her books that I'm reading.
Right. I should pull something from here if I can. Okay. None of these sticky notes mean like anything specifically. They're just like normally I try to do like a color for a quote, a color for something else, whatever. These are all just, it's all just blue. So I gotta figure out where this starts. Okay. Clay shook his head. It didn't. And right now he didn't care. All he wanted was to get out of the middle of Academy Avenue, where he felt as exposed as an ant in a bowl of rice. It occurred to him suddenly, and not for the first time, that he would sell his soul just to know that his son was okay, and in a place where people weren't putting guns into the hands of children who were good at video games. It was strange. He'd think he had his priorities settled, that he was dealing with his personal deck one card at a time, and then these thoughts would come, each as fresh and as painful as unsettled grief. So, there's that. LOL. I love you like how every quote I do is sad. I feel like you always do like kind of funny, happy quotes, and I'm like, here's something that might make you upset.
That's true.
Obviously, you can see what book this is from.
Yes.
So it's from Cell by Stephen King, which last time we recorded, I had finished it and never talked about it. So that's absurd. And I remember I don't know who I messaged. I either messaged you or I messaged Emma back, and I included that in my message.
You texted me.
But I was like, what's wrong with me? That was a book I finished. So we'll get to that eventually. Eventually, hopefully. So I asked my mom about Labor Day. She's off Labor Day. She says she would come down and record.
Yay!
I know this isn't necessarily something we have to talk about on the podcast, but since we're here. And so we need to figure out like
questions.
Yeah. You know, just things we specifically want to ask her. So I'm sure she'll have plenty to say. She's been like putting away audiobooks left and right. She hasn't. Sorry, I get excited. You know, my tongue messes up. We were in Florida, and I don't even know why. We were talking about. We were talking about Megan reading The Hunger Games. She's in the 3rd book now.
Nice.
She's enjoying herself. I'm very proud of her. And she said something like, I think she wants to get our mom to read The Hunger Games because she hasn't read them. And so she was saying something like, yeah, when I'm done, if you want, you can read them or whatever. And we started talking about, Megan asked about what our book club book was or something, and we don't actually know yet. It's a surprise.
Okay.
I think they have it in the store now, and my mom is actually in charge of the next one, so she's got to go pick them up and then disperse them so we can read them, obviously. And she was like, "Oh well, would she be able to read this before the book club or after the book club or whatever?" And I was like, "Oh, well, we read like I've been averaging 9 books a month."
Right.
And so, but that took her back a little bit. She was like, "Oh, and that's not even a lot." Now, I'm not even trying to toot my own horn. There's a lot of people who read like a lot of books a month. But she, I guess, had in her mind that we only read like 1 book a month. And I was like, I wouldn't be able to live if I could only read 1 book a month.
How would we do this podcast?
That would be nothing. We'd have to record once a month, and that would just be I'd be itching to talk. Like that would be that'd be awful. So I just thought it was funny because she's like, she read some when she was younger, but then she's like not really read until now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been quite a while, and so she's not used to the pressures of the reading community. I've been trying really hard not to like pressure her, but I'm like, oh, well, if you enjoy this, you might actually like this other book, or you might enjoy the book that me and our mom just read for the book club. But I'm trying really hard not to like push her and constantly say stuff because I want her to read, but I don't want her to be annoyed.
Right. You want it to be fun.
Yeah, I want it to be fun. I don't want to get on her nerves. Yeah, so my mom, saying all of that really just to say that my mom mentioned that she hasn't even updated her Storygraph for a while now. And she was like, oh, I need to go. She was scrolling on it and she was like, I need to go update this. Because she's been listening to so many audiobooks. So many. Because she has the ability to listen at work. Mm-hmm. And that really helps. And I'm like, wow, I envy you. I wish I could have listened to audiobooks at work.
Right.
Imagine. But,
not with our job.
No, that wouldn't work. So, yeah, I don't know. So she will come down and record with us, so that'll be fun. And hopefully she doesn't mind sitting in this
in the dungeon.
In the dungeon of my house. So, yeah. We just got back from Florida visiting our great aunt, who's precious, of course. She's 93. So she's sweet and adorable. And every time we go there, she reads a lot. And every time we go there, she's like, okay, I've got 2 cases you can go look through. It's like, all right, Aunt Mary. That's a lot of books. And there's these thrift stores near her that always have these really good deals on books, like 50 cents for a book or $1.50. So it's like pretty cheap. And I'm to the point now where I won't just buy them just because they're cheap. Mm-hmm. I've reeled it back in a little bit where it's like, no, don't get it unless you actually think you're going to read it.
Right.
So I still did get several books.
What did you get?
Well, I want to hear about your fancy little machine first.
Oh. So I haven't been able to afford to go back to the chiropractor or the acupuncturist like I was supposed to have gone because I had to get my alignment and new tires and new brakes. Mm-hmm. That's expensive.
Right.
You just can't do everything at one time.
Yeah.
Unless you're a millionaire.
Yeah. I mean, somebody can, but not us.
Yeah. Not me. So my shoulder has been hurting all week.
Oh, that sucks.
And Saturday was just that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. I
hurt so bad when I got off work Saturday. I ordered a cupping kit.
Okay.
Silly me, thought that there would be like maybe 5 of these in the kit. Turns out there is one that has like 7 cups with an electric thing on it. It's $70.
Oh, well.
So this is just one.
Right.
But I used it multiple times Sunday night, because it came overnight, but it didn't come until last night.
Right.
And you can probably see these.
Yeah.
So
that always like it wigs me out. I don't know what it is. It's like, oh, you have polka dots.
Looks like a hickey from a octopus or something.
Yeah. What you been doing, Becky?
So this has helped amazingly, and I was able to go pay my chiropractor bill from last time I went and make an appointment.
Well, that's good
for this week. I wish I could have done it today, but I woke up at 3:30 this morning and could not go back to sleep until 5.
I should have texted you. I was awake at like 2 something and stayed awake for a little while.
That's funny. I was gonna go over there at like 8 o'clock as soon as they opened to see if he could fit me in.
Yeah,
and he probably could have, because she asked me when I went over there on the way here if I needed him to see me today, and I said yes, but I don't have time. And I would have if I hadn't have. I just wanted to sleep at that point because I was up.
And you're tired now. Yeah. I get it.
So anyway, I'm going to go have an adjustment on Thursday, and I should feel even better than I feel right now. But this has really helped me.
That's good.
Overnight. So
That's neat. I did not know what that was. I saw it, and you were like, "Well, this is part of my haul, bro." Because I asked Becky, of course, before the podcast started, because I saw it, and I literally could not have told you what that was. I could have maybe guessed like it looks sort of like a speaker or something. But
it does look like a speaker.
But
it has it actually has a remote that goes with it, so you can control it. But it's timed. As soon as you turn it on and suction, it starts counting down 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And it has a heating setting. So this actually, the reason why, like if you actually go and have professional cupping done,
right,
or if you have a professional cupping kit at home, you won't have this white spot in the center. Mm-hmm. It's all going to be like this.
Like in that picture on Facebook, they weren't.
So
like
this is where the heater is.
Okay.
And it heats the muscles as it also cups the muscles.
Oh.
So, anyway.
Look at you finding ways to help yourself.
Yes, in the in between times,
right? Of course.
And I still want to go back to the acupuncturist too, but I
think that really helped you.
It did a lot.
So yeah, you definitely need to go back there. Man. Okay, I want to show you my to-do list.
Oh yeah.
Now that this is, when I come back from being out of town, I feel like there's always so much to do just because I wasn't here doing it.
Right.
It says, take beef out of the freezer, hay for goats, check their water, vacuum the living room, vacuum Stetson's room, vacuum the bedroom, cat box, sweep the kitchen, send Becky episode 4. Watch videos she has sent you so that we can upload them. I should have put those in caps, but I didn't. Start laundry, unload the dishes, finish the cardigan, run on the treadmill, water the garden. Oh, the water's on.
Do you need to go turn it off?
Yeah, I'll probably need to do that. Make sweet tea, 2 of them. There's 2 batches of sweet tea I need to make because I sent Austin with a jar, and there's a jar here. Pick up the groceries. I actually did that. We can check that off. Pick up Tractor Supply order. I did that. We can check that off. And we can check off take beef out of the freezer. There was not beef in the freezer. I know everybody's wondering. There was not beef in the freezer. I had beef with the grocery order. It's thawed, so now it's just sitting. Okay. But
you also vacuumed and swept. No, you swept.
Oh, I did sweep. I'll have to sweep again. We're not going to check that off. You're right, though. I did. I've actually swept twice. The black dogs with their fur. It's just always, constantly. And I need to vacuum the living room so bad. It's so, I know, it's maybe not as gross as some people would say, maybe. I don't know. To me, it's gross. I'm like, I gotta vacuum it. So, we try not to walk anywhere other than the kitchen with our shoes on now. Because, we are constantly tracking stuff in. And if we enclose the back porch anytime soon and make it to where water won't get in on the sides, we'll probably leave some shoes right out there.
That'll be like a mud room or whatever.
Right. So, that's what we want, but it's going to happen when it happens.
Right.
So, anyway, that was why I screenshotted that and I sent that to you and I resent it because it kept not loading right. And for some reason, I can't ever send pictures to you. I don't know.
Weird.
Unless it's on Snapchat or something. I can't send you through text. And I've noticed that, and I don't know why I bothered. But I was like, yeah, Becky, I added you to my to-do list. And I was like, oh, well, you can't even see the picture, so this is weird. You just think I'm weird.
I just hearted your message. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Record podcast. Check. I didn't even put that on there, but that's okay. So, here we are. Yeah. I have a haul. I guess I'll talk about it.
Okay.
This is not a part of my haul. First of all, I got this bookmark. Isn't this cute? Hold on. It says, okay, well, it's it's got the layout of a boarding pass. If you're getting on a plane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's cute. It says you start at books and your destination is
that's so cute.
Forever or whatever. It's just cute.
Where did you get that?
I got that from a newish bookstore in Florida near where my aunt lives.
Oh, I saw the pictures on your mom's.
Yeah.
It
was a cute little store.
It was adorable.
And it was funny. It's called Citrus, Sage, and Books, I think. Citrus, Sage, and Books. That might be wrong. In Florida. I don't remember the city. Sorry. Look it up. It's there. It's about 25, well, probably more like 30 minutes away from Inverness. I can't think of if it was south or not. I think it was south. Yeah. It was cute. We showed up and it was like a house that had been renovated into a bookstore. And so we were going in and we were coming up on like the front porch area, and there was like a guy outside and with an older gentleman, and the older gentleman was like fixing his bow tie and stuff. And we were like, what's happening? And we went in, and there was like a lot of people, and they looked sort of nice. You know, that's nice. They were fancier dressed, I guess, a little bit. And my mom looked at Megan and she was like, is there a wedding happening here? Like, are we intruding on something? But there was an author signing.
I thought.
We're being interrupted.
Hey.
What? Yeah? What do you... Okay. O'Reilly's? You can get something to eat. Get me Zaxby's. I'll take a salad. Yeah. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Okay. We're going to try to. Stetson's upstairs. Okay. Go play with him. Go, can you did? Yeah, that's good. Okay, good. How embarrassing. Good. Thank you. There was an author signing. So we didn't realize that. That was just a happenstance while we were there. And the book is called Galleon by somebody. But my mom bought the book. And
was that the author in the picture?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
And she bought the book and took a picture with the guy. And he was very nice. And she was asking about the book. And he said, Galleon. I just typed in Galleon and like a bunch of stuff about ships just came up. I mean the book.
You might as well type in Gold to Bloom.
Right.
Look at her Instagram.
You're right. Thank God you're here. But it wasn't starting off as a book. They did it because like his publisher or director, I don't know, they were making a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie came first. The screenplay was first, but they were, I guess the director or producers or somebody was asking about like more source material. And they were like, well, nowadays apparently it's like, which I get why, but they're like, is there a book? Is there a book we can reference? And so he was like, oh, well, no, but we can write a book. So they wrote the book. And okay, it's called
funny.
Yeah, it's called Galleon by Mark Morer. And so it'll be a movie also at some point. But it's some kind of piratey tale. So it looked entertaining. He had a bunch of stuff set up next to the table, like a big pirate ship map and
cool,
a bunch of little things. And we got free stickers with the purchase of the book. And it was like, got a picture of, there were AI generated pictures of like the characters, I guess. And one of the top one was, I can't think of their names, but the good guy. And then the bad guy was on the one. And he was like, and you got to pick your team. And my mom was like, what do you mean team? And I almost said, not actually a team, like, more like Team Jacob or Team Edward, that kind of team.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, well, like, explain these people to me. I don't know. I've never heard of your book. I don't know anything about your book. And he was like, well, this guy's actually just like our good guy throughout the whole book. And like, this is our bad guy. And I was like, okay, well, we'll just root for the good guy, I guess. So she has the book. I looked it up. It's actually on Kindle Unlimited as well.
Oh.
So I'll probably read it on Kindle Unlimited. Sorry, Mr. Moore.
I think, I said that I don't get anything from Kindle Unlimited, but I think you get 40 cents for every download. Okay.
Well, that's not bad then.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be better, of course, but,
Yeah, 40 cents is better than nothing.
Right. So that's fun. We'll read that at some point. But yeah, thought that was funny. We showed up to the bookstore and there was like an author signing and whatever. It was a cute little bookstore. They had a bunch of cow rugs, and I was like, I really want a cow rug. we really want one for the living room, but I think we want to take away the carpet first. Anyway, so I did get a book there. There we go. I got, this is from that bookstore, Citrus and Sage Bookshop in Brooksville, Florida. How could I forget? It's Brooksville. It's my bill.
What a doofus.
So I got from there, I got a horror movie by Paul Tremblay. Very small, scary book. I've wanted to read this book. It's got they make a horror flick, an indie horror flick, and spooky things start happening when it gets released. So it's cursed or something, and people start dying. Oh. But on the inside of the book, it's written out. There's parts where it's the screenplay is written out and stuff. So I thought that was really fun and hopefully very spooky. Hopefully it adds to the terror of the story. Yeah. So I got that from their bookstore. I got a lot of other things. Sometimes lately it's I don't even want to talk about everything I've hauled because it's so much. We went to a thrift store and I couldn't tell you which thrift store it was, I guess, but actually I could. Okay. This pile is from the first one we went to. This is the first book I was holding. My dad walked up and he was like, "Oh, you found a book?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "What is it?" And I just did this. And he was like, "What?" And I said, "It's called Eggs." It's just a book. It's called Eggs, but it's by Jerry Spinelli. I have no idea what it's about, really. Other than on the back, it looks like somebody, a child, an adult, I don't know, has maybe found a dead body. Oh. Or possibly a dead body, maybe not actually a dead body. Oh. But it's almost more comedic than sad. So, I don't know. I think it might be a middle grade story because it just seems the way it's the font and how big the font is and everything, and how short. So, Eggs. Then I got this book. So they were having a sale. It was buy two, get two free. Oh. So with still keeping it in mind that I was like, don't get these unless you're going to actually read them. Right. Don't just pick them up just because they're there and it's two for free. But I got this book. It's called The Last Kids on Earth and the Nightmare King, which is a Netflix series. Mm-hmm. And I got it thinking maybe I'll read it, but more so for Stetson if he wants to read it later on. It's got a bunch of pictures. Artwork, yeah. It's a bunch of pictures in it and stuff. So I thought that was cute. It's for children.
And who wrote it?
Oh, right. Sorry. Max Brallier. Then I got... Oh, sorry. Sorry, speaker. Microphone. I got Catastrophic Happiness. Finding Joy in Childhood's Messy Years by Catherine Newman. I got a nonfiction. So, yeah. I might need that.
Depends on what Stetson gets up to.
I feel like I needed it this weekend. He was not happy. Almost the entire weekend. I think it's just because he was so out of his own schedule and he was cooped up in this other house that wasn't our house. Yeah. I think he was just fussy most of the time. And it was like, bro, go to sleep. Then I've seen this author. I know that several of her things I think have been made into shows or movies, but it's called The Husband's Secret by Liane Moriarty. That she wrote Big Little Lies. I don't know if you've seen that or read it.
Sounds familiar.
It's popular. So I don't know anything about this book other than that it's by Liane Moriarty and she's wrote Big Little Lies. But I think it's a thriller, something or another, domestic thriller. It's just too many for me to read the synopsis, by the way, people. I'm sorry. I just don't feel like making you sit here and listen to that. I got this book that we can share or you can have. I got it because I was like, I might read this by this author. Becky might be interested. So, I don't know. If you want it, you can have it. But it's also a very old copy. That old cover. It's called The White Dragon by Anne McCaffery. She has a lot of...
That's pretty.
Old fantasy books like this. I think they're all I mean, I'm sure she's got a series, but like I think most of them are sort of standalone-y. Standalone-y? That sounds silly. But yeah, it's just like a little bit older of a fantasy. So, oh, it's even got a table of contents. That's nice.
Nice.
I love when books do that. I wish they would bring it back.
Too, I know.
Like you don't have to name every chapter, but just tell me what page they're on. I don't know.
Right.
I just want it there. I just want to see it. So yeah, I mean, if you want that, or I can have. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I just got it, thinking we both might read it. Then I got this book by C.S. Lewis called The Great Divorce.
Oh.
I don't know anything about it other than it's by C.S. Lewis, and it's very small, a nice looking classic edition.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'll buy it, or it may have been one of the free ones. It was. I literally, Megan was like helping me hold the books, and I was like, okay, let me count them. And I went 1, 2, free, 1, 2, free. Okay, yeah, that's good. That adds up. So then I got The Dakota Winters by Tom Barbash. I like this cover.
Yeah.
I like the font a lot. Set in New York in 1980.
Okay.
Somebody returns to their childhood home. It just says in Dakota. And when I read that to my mom, she was like, oh, well, maybe it's before the Dakotas were, separated. And I was like, but it's 1980. I don't think it was that old. And I was like, I'm sure Dakota's probably a city in New York.
Right.
So I haven't confirmed that, but I'm assuming that's what that is.
That's what I would assume as well.
And she was like, oh, wait, yeah, that doesn't make sense. It was funny. So, I don't know, probably some kind of heartfelt story. And then I got this. I'm glad it counted because it's not really a book, but it's a school time memories like log.
Oh.
It's not written in. It's just for recording everything from kindergarten to 6th grade.
I love it.
For your child.
For
yeah.
little Stetson.
And I thought it was so cute.
It is cute.
And it's not written in at all. And I'm glad they let me include it within the buy two, get two free. Because
that was one of the frees.
Yeah, probably. Well, Megan found it, and I'm glad she found it because I wouldn't have picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what else to pick up. And I really didn't want to just pick up a book because it was free. I really don't like that. So she picked it up and she was like, well, it might count. And I was like, that's a good idea. So thanks to Megan. Then we went to another thrift store and I got 3 books because they were literally like 50 cents. And I was like, well, may as well, I guess. First I got this book because I actually don't remember if I have it in my house already. But then I was like, if I have it, I can give it to you or to somebody else. I know that's really stupid. But it's a Nicholas Sparks. It's The Notebook.
Ah.
So I can't remember if I have it. I feel like I might.
I feel like I have The Notebook.
But it was 50 cents.
No, I had the sequel to The Notebook.
The Wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't read that. I honestly cannot remember if I've even read The Notebook. I feel like maybe I have a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I've seen the movie a gajillion times. And I know the ending's different. But
yeah, I'm glad I watched the movie first.
Yeah. So, yeah, The Notebook. And it has our actors on the cover, which I actually don't normally like, but it was 50 cents. So, then I got The Art of Racing in the Rain, which is a movie by Garth. Well, the book is by Garth Stein. And this is also. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Ignore that. I don't know what this is about. I've seen the trailer for the movie that had come out years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Still don't really know what it's about. But I think it's some kind of literary love story, something or another. On the back, there's this little short snippet. It says, a heart-wrenching but deeply funny and ultimately uplifting story of family love, loyalty, and hope. A captivating look at the wonders and absurdities of human life as only a dog could tell it. Which I did not realize that is the story from the dog's perspective.
I'm sure you'll love it. Like that story where the squirrel told part of the story.
Oh, that was so funny. That book was so funny. What was it called? A Little Something Different, I think is what it's called. I can't think of the author's name, but I'll put it in the show notes. That book was so funny. And the park bench was a character. I laughed so hard. But yeah, I think this is more like if it's from the dog's perspective, it's going to make me cry.
Oh.
I showed this to my mom. And she was like, I don't know. So I think, I don't know. Somebody does some kind of racing. I don't know if it's motorcycle, car, boat. I don't know. Dog. I don't know what kind of racing it is. Then I got this. It's a pretty clean, new, barely used looking copy of some kind of thriller. And it says, After Anna is the title, by Alex Lake. And it's about someone's daughter disappears.
Oh.
And obviously that's horrible, and they're looking for her. But then a week after she was abducted, I guess she was abducted, not necessarily just disappears, but abducted, Anna is returned, but she has no memory of where she's been. So, some kind of thriller, upsetting story. I figure I'll read it. It'll be entertaining, and maybe like my mom or whoever will want to read it after. Yeah, I don't know. I need to check and see if I have the notebook. Then, maybe I am yelling. Then, we went to Walmart. Me and Megan went to Walmart. We went there to return a bathing suit that she bought while we were there because we were going to go swimming in the pool in my great aunt's neighborhood. Joke's on us. It rained the entire time we were there. So she was like, well, I'll just go return the bathing suit because I don't need it. She couldn't find any of her bathing suits. She has like 6. And she was like, I guess they're all at Justin's house. I don't know. So we went to return it, and I said, I want to look at the yarn because I thought they had the exact yarn I was using for my sweater, my cardigan. They didn't. They had the brand, but not the exact yarn. So we walked around, looked at the books for a second, and I saw this beautiful copy of The Shining by Stephen King.
That is nice.
I really like this cover.
Don't you have The Shining?
I don't know.
Oh.
I remember, I was telling Megan this. I said, I don't think I do, but maybe I hauled it at some point. But I know that for my birthday at some point, Faith got me The Long Walk and Dr. Sleep, I think, by Stephen King. And Dr. Sleep is the sequel to The Shining.
Oh, okay.
Now, my memory fails me. I might have then bought The Shining on Amazon or something. But I like this cover a lot. So
that's a nice cover.
I'll probably get rid of the other one. Or I have no reason to keep it if I have it, I guess. So I could give it to somebody. I don't know what I'll do with it. But I saw this cover. I had seen this cover before, and I wanted it. So I got that. It's a very lovely color. Cover, whatever. And I told Megan, I was like, next time I go to Colorado, I think I should read that. And she was like, to have something to read in Colorado? I was like, oh, Megan, it's in the wintertime set in Colorado. You silly girl.
It's funny.
And there's actually a lot more. These are the books that my great aunt gave us. But they are in my parents' car. There were 3 plastic bags of just books, which we still left her a lot of books. But we went through her tubs that she had on the floor. She tries to give them away, and then after she's like dispersed them to whoever she can disperse them to, she donates them to the library, I think. And so we just put them all in bags. I would hand them to I would either look at it and say, yes, I want it, or I would say, I don't really want it, but do you want it? And I'd pass them to her, and we had stacks for yes and no. And so all of ours are mixed up. I actually have 2 in the van that I was going to give you. Because I remember distinctly, I was like thinking, oh, well, I can give these to Becky. She might want it. It's just 2. So before you leave,
I could have had a haul.
You could have.
A bigger haul.
One of them is a Nicholas Sparks. The other one is I think a cozy murder mystery. I shouldn't say cozy. It might just be a murder mystery, not a cozy murder mystery. They should be in the van. So before you leave, I need to try to remember to give those to you.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can haul them next week. But the Nicholas Sparks one, I know I have the same one. But I was like, oh, well, this is a really good copy. And I think it's hardcover. And I was like, I think she likes hardcover. So oh, she does. More than me. That's my haul. And yeah, here we are. Did you finish anything?
I did.
Please talk more than me.
I did. I finished the. Hold on, hand me my book because now I'm confused which one I just read.
Where's your book? Your phone?
Not my book, my phone. Yes, I'm sorry. I think I finished The Falcon at the Portal.
The Falcon at the Portal. So you finished.
Or I either. Hold on. Let me tell you the right thing.
Finished The Ape Who Guards the Balance. I feel like maybe that was the last one I heard. Probably not.
Yes. So I finished The Ape Who Guards the Balance like before. I think I talked about it on the last episode because I forgot to talk about it and you said, wait, did you finish?
Right.
So yeah, I finished that and then I just finished The Falcon at the Portal, and because of how it ended, I had to start He Shall Thunder in the Sky, which I know that's unfair because that's the what I'm currently reading portion. But The Falcon at the Portal,
it's wild.
I actually almost cried. And the thing is, and I've told you this since I started reading the book series too, or rereading it. Like my mom a long time ago told me that Ramses and Nefret get married.
Right.
So I knew that even before I ever met Nefret.
Right.
I've watched them grow up and I waited for them to fall in love. And finally, in The Falcon at the Portal, well, he's been in love with her since he met her at 10 years old. Finally, something happens and she realizes she loves Ramses. 2 seconds later, she thinks he's had a child with a prostitute. What? 2 seconds later, she runs away from the family. 2 seconds after that, we find out it's not Ramses' baby. Why would he be sleeping with prostitutes? It's his stupid cousin Percy's baby, who has constantly, when they were kids, beat up Ramsay and told lies about Ramsay. And Ramsay's never said anything disparaging about his cousin to his mom and dad. Never said, no, he's the one who's doing this. He always took the punishment for whatever he was accused of doing. And he never said anything negative about his cousin. But his cousin's always been a jerk. Somebody needs to punch him in his nose. And now he has this kid and Ramses was blamed for it. And instead of Nefret either at least waiting to see, okay, is it his baby?
Yeah.
Is this true?
She runs off
And marries someone else.
Okay, now I'm not liking Nefret.
I was so upset.
Well, so she's going to have to get a divorce so she can marry Ramses.
Well, I told Mom, I said, I know that comes to a conclusion at some point, but can you tell me if it happens in this book or am I going to have to wait? And she goes, oh no.
Oh.
Mom, okay, it came to a conclusion in that book. He was a bad guy and he died.
Okay.
And I'm sorry.
Well, that makes that easier then.
It does. And I'm sorry to spoil that for everyone, but I just have to say, I was on an emotional roller coaster for about 2 chapters.
Yeah.
Maybe it all happened in the same chapter. I mean, it felt like 5 minutes. I was on a high because they were in love, and then on a low because she left thinking Ramses has this kid.
Yeah.
Then I was happy again because, we found out it's not his. And of course, Nefret will be told and everything will be fine, only to find out she's married.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That was
an emotional roller coaster. That's like how me and my mom and everybody else on the planet felt when they read Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. It was like hopeful, sad, hopeful, sobs. It was just like constantly.
It was crazy. So actually what happened was Ramsay's cousin, the jerk, has been asking Nefret to marry him for several years now. Like, he just constantly asks her, and she's like, so finally, she told him at one point in this book, if you were the last man on earth, I wouldn't marry you. Stop asking me. And so he comes in drunk, and he forces himself on her, and he's kissing her. And Ramses comes in and beats the crap out of Percy.
Wow.
And Percy runs away, simpering, and he's holding Nefret in one arm, and she's like, could you put me down? Like, he's got her lifted in the air. And that's the point when she realizes she loves him. And then I love the old writing style. I hate romances that describe every little sexual detail.
Mm-hmm.
They have sex, but it's not, it just says, she writes a letter to her cousin. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm in love with Ramses. I just realized it. He just left me. And then it talks about how the maid was like, she knocked on the door and she's like, do you want me to bring you dinner? And Ramses is like, no, we're not going to eat. We're not hungry. And so it's the implication of it. It's never the outright tawdry description.
I don't need that.
And no.
I could live without it.
Exactly. And so they have that night together, and then in the morning, as soon as they wake up, is when this girl is brought to the house, and her aunt and uncle, they're not actually her aunt and uncle, she just calls them aunt and uncle, Ramsey's parents come back. Amelia and Emerson, they come back because they were away for the night. I don't remember what they were doing, but they came back to find this girl, and they all come into the room, and then Nefret comes in, and she sees the girl and doesn't even ask questions. She just has the same eyes that Amelia has. So Ramses is the only person that anyone thinks of right away, because why would anyone else's kids have Amelia's eyes?
Mm-hmm.
She has a nephew. Mm-hmm. He came from the same source. And anyway, so she runs out, and I'm so glad that I know that they get married. Even in the I had to start.
I'm so glad that guy died.
I mean, yes, but I mean, I was gonna say no, but yes. I had to start He Shall Thunder in the Sky immediately, because I thought, well, maybe something sad happens at the end of this book too. I mean, besides actually someone dying, isn't
right?
They did try to save his life, but he actually killed himself.
Oh yeah.
But she has a miscarriage.
Oh.
And I said to my mom, I said, but wait, was it Ramses or was it his?
Yeah.
And there's no way to know. And then after I asked that question, right towards the end, Ramses said, I guess there would be no way to know if it was mine or not. And it was like, second time to almost cry.
Yeah, it was just sad.
And now in He Shall Thunder in the Sky, they're not even talking to each other.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like, he's not mad at her. Like he said at the end of the other book, they had to send her to a place in Switzerland, like an asylum, not an insane asylum, but like it is for people suffering with mental health, but not like crazy people. To help her with she had a huge depression because of all of that, the loss of the baby and everything. And so he was confiding in his friend David, who's like his brother. He's like, I mean, how can I be mad at her with everything that's happened to her? I can't even begin to think to be mad at her. And so if he's not mad at her and she's not mad at him, why are they not talking to each other? Exactly. But I just started He Shall Thunder in the Sky, so I don't know what happens in this one.
Yeah. That sounds like a wild ride. Which number in the series? That's like, let me guess. Sorry. 14?
No. I think the Falcon at the Portal was 11, and this one's 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
He
that
Shall
makes
Thunder
more
in the
sense.
Sky is 12.
I don't know why I thought you were at like 14.
It's close.
Yeah.
That's close.
Yeah. That sounds like a wild ride.
It was.
At least it's spanning over several books. And there's plenty of time to fix everything.
Right.
And not just one book, and that's it. Okay. So you're just physically reading, or however you're reading it, The Portal and something.
He Shall Thunder in the Sky.
I don't know why.
The Falcon at the Portal is the one I just finished. That was
the last one. Yeah, where Percy died.
No, Percy's not the one who died.
I'm
sorry.
It
was her husband.
There's so many.
His name was Jeffrey. Percy just got punched in the face.
And the nose.
Yeah.
That's right. Percy's his mean cousin, though.
Yes.
Oh, wow. I have finished, I guess, a couple things.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I finished Cell by Stephen King, and I never talked about it. And that's kind of crazy because I was so happy to be reading it. I really liked it. So I almost gave it like a 5-star, but I didn't, I don't think. I think I gave it like a 4.5 or something. But it was written very, very well. I really liked how the plot was laid out, how you start off with this main character and everything hits the fan. People are going crazy and he's got to survive and he makes friends, companions along the way. But his main goal is to get back home to his son to see if his son is okay and to help him. And that's like his main goal throughout the entire book. But it is what? Sorry.
I was just gonna say sorry. I kicked that.
Okay. But it is sort of, it's not really a zombie book. It sort of starts off as a zombie book, but it's not really a zombie book. And that's all I can really say. But it does make me think sort of how like the layout of The Walking Dead was written out. So, if you like The Walking Dead, there you go. But I really enjoyed it. I was very excited to get to the end to see if something happens. We get to the end and it's sort of open-ended.
Oh, man.
And I didn't like that. I mean, I chose to believe the positive, but I really didn't like the ending of that. I liked the entirety of the story until the very last 2 sentences or so.
You're like, why?
Why can't you just give me a little bit more? But it was really good. They were so funny. These characters were so funny, and I did not expect them to be so good humored throughout this entire story, just because it's just a scary Stephen King story.
Right.
I just did not expect them to be so funny. Because most of the time, the characters I've read are not really that funny.
Right.
They're just serious and whatever. But I really liked the characters. I really liked their little journey from Boston. I don't know why I said Chicago or something. I really messed myself up there. It does start in Boston, Mass. And then they go up. And he's trying to get back to Maine, which is where his family is. So it was a good story. I mean, I really liked it. I think it would be maybe a good place to start with Stephen King,
mm-hmm.
except the open-ended final scene is kind of a letdown. But stay positive.
How could you?
Stay positive. You might like it. Then we finished Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, which actually I don't know if I actually already talked about, but it was in our book club. And it was very good. It was like sort of like the book you were just talking about. It was an emotional roller coaster, up and down, up and down. Because it starts off with these 2 characters who knew each other for a long time in their childhood, but then had a falling out. They suddenly run into each other on waiting for a subway or something. And they reconnect. And you can tell right away. You start off with it's a guy and a girl. You start off with the guy's perspective. And you can sort of tell that he's really likes her and is really, really regrets that they had the falling out that they did. So he tries to reconnect with her, and turns out she's developing a video game. So she gives him the sample of the video game to look at, and she's like, give me your opinion. And then it goes from there. The relationship goes from there. And they go into a business of designing video games together. So the whole premise, there's like an underlying story of video games
mm-hmm.
throughout the entire book, which I enjoyed. I wasn't sure if I would enjoy it, even though I do like video games. I just didn't know if it would feel too tech oriented for my liking, but I really enjoyed it. It actually made me want to play a video game. I downloaded it on the Xbox upstairs. Plot twist, I haven't played it yet. But I was worried about that video game aspect because of the book club I'm in, where I tricked them into reading this because I didn't want to read the smut book. I didn't know if they would enjoy the video game aspect, but they all said it wasn't like it was overbearing. It was just like there as in like an undertone of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot more to the story. So I was really glad that they ended up actually really liking it. The lady who actually hosts it was like, I'm really glad that we read this because I'm really enjoying it, but I don't think I would have picked it up on my own. And I was like, yay, score 1 for me. So that made me happy. It's a very good story. It's a little sad. It's a little sad. There's a lot of things that happen in it that is like, a punch to the heart. Sad. But then there's a lot of happiness and there's a lot of fun moments. And then there's our big devastating moment that really messed me and my mom up. I was messaging her and I was like, Mother, don't tell me. Did this person just die? Like, please don't tell me. And I used the name in the text message, but I'm not going to spoil it. But I was like, did this person just die? And she was like, I don't know. Because she was just ahead of me. It was a wild ride. And then the ending comes. And we're going to also choose the positive outcome on the ending as well. It was a little bit more definitive than the ending of Cell for like what you want to happen. But it wasn't like full blown into what you would like to see, if that makes sense. But it was pretty hopeful. So all's well. It ends on a hopeful note. If you are reading tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and want to throw it across the room,
don't.
Well, maybe, but I wanted to so bad. But it did end sort of hopeful. So there's that. I liked it a lot. 5 stars. I finished Perfect, the 3rd book in the Pretty Little Liars series, on audio on the way back from Florida. It was good. A character just got hit by a car.
Oh.
If it's following the show, or if it's the same as the show, she should be fine. But
but we already know that somebody dies in the book that doesn't die in the show.
Right. So it would be kind of crazy though. She's like one of our main girls.
Oh.
That would be a little wild. But I told Megan, I thought I don't know why I'm laughing so hard. Like I could tell she was about to get hit by the car. And in the show, when she gets hit by the car, when I first watched it, it is like out of left field. It shocked me. But then I busted out laughing. Like I just thought it was so funny. And it's not funny when people get hit by cars. But so I knew it was about to happen and I started laughing. And I don't know why. But I find it so funny. I just do. And maybe if you read it or watched it, you would also find humor in it. But she should be fine. So I'm going to start the 4th one, which is called Unbelievable by Sara Shepard, on audio through my library. Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an e-library card. One day it'll be a physical library card. So I have it for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So I need to listen to it. And I don't know what else I finished other than that. Maybe I finished Exit Strategy. I think I finished Exit Strategy since we talked. Unless I already talked about that in the last episode.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. But in the Murderbot Diaries, I finished that. And it was good. Yeah. I don't remember what happens in the end. But I'm planning on continuing with the next one. The next one is called something. I downloaded it already on my Kindle. Network Effect. So if you know anything about that, there's that. I haven't started it yet. Because I'm reading on my Kindle the book that you picked for me to read, which I'm only 3% in, 3% of the way in. So I haven't actually made any progress. But it's called The Beauty of the End by Lauren Stienstra. Did you look any of the names up, or did you just pick it based off the title and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. I've read the first chapter. I know it's about 2 sisters. Nobody can see me. I'm holding up 2 fingers. It's about 2 sisters. Who during their lifetime, it has been announced to the public that the human race is probably going to go extinct. And one sister is like, we have to do everything we can and produce babies so that we don't go extinct. And the other one is like, don't do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have a baby. I don't want to I don't want to be pregnant. I don't want to go through all that. Whatever. So they're completely different points of opinions. And that's all I really know. And it started off, I read the first chapter, I think that's as far as I'm at. And they were like little girls, and the sister who doesn't want to have children, I think, is who you're starting off following. And she was saying, I've known since I was like 9 or something that I didn't want kids, something like that. And that's where I'm at. So I can tell it's probably going to make me cry. I could tell that by the cover.
Yeah, I thought by the title, I was like, this sounds very emotional.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to like it a lot. I just haven't had the time to sit down and read it yet since I read the first chapter. Mm-hmm. But I will. And you probably picked a good one. So good job.
You're welcome.
So that's what I'm reading. I actually had started a different book on audio. It was called The Hush by John Hart, which is actually a book I own physically. But I was like, why not? I was testing out the Libby library app. Mm-hmm. So I was like, let me see if I can figure it out. And it came through for me to borrow. So I started listening to it. I was enjoying it. I listened to like an hour. And then I was like looking up more about the author or the books or something. And I didn't realize it's actually the second book of a duology. Mm-hmm. But I think you can read them independently. But I found that out. And now I want to read the first one.
What's the name of the first one?
The first one is called The Last Child.
Okay.
And I think it follows the main character of the one I started reading, but as a child, something happens. He's a twin. I think his twin sister goes missing. Something. And he wants to find her, but he's like a child. So, yeah. Which sort of spoils I kind of have an understanding of what's going to happen because
you already read.
I've already read some of the next one.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. If you want to read them both, definitely don't read them out of order. But I think I'm going to like it. So, that. But, I got to figure out how to get my hands on the first one first.
Yeah.
Because I'm crazy and can't go out of order. Even
That's
if I can.
Not crazy.
Even if I can. Even if you can go out of order.
Well, but if there's stuff in the first one that explains what's happening in the second one.
Why go out of order?
It's going to make more sense if you read the first one.
Right. That's my thought. So, that's where I'm at. That's everything. Other than the other gajillion books we had hauled or have to haul, but I'm not going to because they're in my parents' car. Yeah. It's a problem.
That's what next week's for.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about a series that I'm going to start reading. I might try to read it while I'm also reading this He Shall Thunder in the Sky. A lady at church who loves the Amelia Peabody series as well and got to meet Elizabeth Peters in real life was telling me about the series, and all I could remember, this is what I Googled. Novellas about a girl named Emma by an author named Beth something. So
that's funny.
Google came with it though.
Google's like, I know what you're talking about. It's okay.
It says the series of novellas you are likely thinking of is The Unselected Journals of Emma M. Liane by Beth Brower. The story is set in the late 19th century London and follows the personal and humorous journal entries of a clever and independent young woman named Emma M. Liane. So it says about the series, the unique format is that it's written in the style of a journal, which is crazy because that's an idea I had from one of my books that I'm going to write.
Yeah.
It's a historical setting, so the novellas are set in 1883 London, and there's a blend of historical fiction with humor and rich storytelling. And then the series length as of 2025, there are 8 volumes in this novella currently. So I'm looking forward to reading those.
That sounds exciting. Have you looked to see if they're on Everand or anything yet?
I have not.
Hopefully they are.
Let's do that. I just paid my Everand bill, so now I can actually use Everand.
Did I tell you we had sort of possibly messed up our Everand?
Yes, you did tell me that.
We reverted back to our original thing, but it's not going to activate until the 13th of September.
Man.
So I'm hoping that The Last Child by John Hart will be available on Everand for me to listen to. So now I'm waiting until September 13th to find out.
So volume 1 and volume 2 are on Everand.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah, at least you can start there.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that sounds like a series you'd probably really like.
Yeah.
And her name's Emma, so that's fun.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm teaching Emma how to drive, and I yelled at her on Thursday.
Sorry, it's not funny, but it's funny.
I felt so bad. I felt like a terrible parent.
I mean, she knows you didn't want to yell at her. She knows you didn't. I could tell by the way she was talking about everything. She was like, it's fine. I'm not scarred.
She tried to cover it up at the time by saying, I'm not crying because you yelled at me. I'm crying because I was scared. And I was like, I was scared too. That's why I yelled at you. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Y'all, she went down a hill into a curve and didn't break.
Yeah.
It was the scariest thing I've experienced in a while. It's like being on a roller coaster without the safety precautions.
Without knowing if you're going to stay on the tracks or not. Yeah, that's kind of... It's okay. At least y'all talked about it. You apologized.
Yeah,
She was
I
fine.
took her to Dunkin'. I said, I think you need a coffee.
Yeah, you deserve this. Look, I got this shirt.
I saw that. I like your Bucky shirt.
I'm not huge into Buc-ee's.
Yes,
but
I know.
I do visit every now and then, sometimes against my will. But I was wearing this other tank top shirt, and I was like, I don't want to keep wearing this. I was just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I saw this little shirt, and I was like, oh, I'll put that on.
That one's cute.
Yeah, it was.
I like it.
Not expensive is what I'm trying to say. So
it wasn't cheap either.
Still cost money. Yeah. So got that. Yeah. That's it. I mean, that's that. That was
but
good.
We talked about a lot of books today.
It would have lasted a lot longer if I read all the synopses. And so I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
So now I need to find out if I have The Shining and if I have The Notebook. And I got to give you those 2 books that are in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Alrighty.
I'll probably forget something. Don't worry.
She'll let us know next week.
Yeah.
She'll probably text me later.
Yeah. You won't know until 2 weeks from now, but you'll know eventually.
So thank you as always for listening. It's wonderful to know that there are so many kindred spirits in the world. Please continue to support the Sideways Sheriff who interrupted the podcast earlier.
I might leave some of that in.
I think you should. That was great. I loved it. He's so adorable. Support him all you can. And if you have a chance, if you have a chance to go to a drift event, you should do it. It looks like a lot of fun.
It is. He actually hasn't really been drifting a lot this year until this past weekend. When I went to Florida, he went to Alabama.
Oh.
And then they had it's called the Mustang Bash. So it was just a bunch of Mustangs.
Fun.
And so that's fun. And he went. His mom and dad, I think, went. And she took some pictures. So if you look for the Sideways Sheriff on Facebook, you might see some pictures from that. I don't know.
Fun.
Yeah.
And he has Instagram too, right?
Yes.
And I know he's on YouTube, so he'll probably have a video on YouTube, I would think.
It depends if he took a lot of footage. I saw in one of the pictures, I saw his camera, but I don't know if he
and you weren't with him, so you don't know.
Right.
Well, still check him out. He has a lot of good stuff. Drifting's fun. And, of course, we still have merchandise, as always. Be looking for some videos very soon. I don't know how far Brooke has gotten into, but I still have to do the 4th. I think we had thought maybe that we were going to do several at one time, not release one at a time. So, I mean, we have a couple more episodes, I think, to edit before we put stuff up there, but it's going to be soon-ish.
It'll be this year.
And
that's for sure.
I mean, the editing's done. She just has to do show notes still, at the end.
Yeah.
Type up stuff to go with the video, to go under the video or whatever, and title them for YouTube and stuff. So, I guess you have to unfortunately watch them, speed through them.
I might enjoy that more than I think. It's okay. I might enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy seeing the covers come up.
So it's been fun, and it's getting easier to do as I go.
Yeah,
I also would be farther along if I hadn't completely deleted everything I did the first time.
You know what, though? It's okay. I've got the videos. You can always just get them again, and you're learning with the editing. You're doing more than I could figure out. I think you're doing great. I'm proud of you.
So be looking for those, and we have a few special things coming up soon too that we're going to be releasing and giving you more info about very, very soon. We're so excited. So thank you for supporting us. We do have merchandise. We are going to have some fresh, fun things for you guys to watch and interact with, and we're so excited about it. And until next time.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, is the sideways sheriff coming back?
She was at the end. She was about to say the last 3 words.
Like, comment, subscribe. I got it.
Stay happily booked.